What is Prime 5? The Majors Mobile Detailing Top 5 list of automotive developments, facts, features, and fun. So join us as we encourage the growth of auto culture. Station wagon. I've always loved station wagons, mainly because they're different. As a kid, I could crawl over the seats and escape my younger siblings by hanging out in the third row. The first car I can remember and the first car I bought were station wagons. 1963 Corvair Lakewood station wagon. It's the first car I remember my parents owning. Built for just 2 model years, it's the least common of all Corvair body styles, accounted for less than 2% of the model's 10-year production run. And true economy car. No power steering, no power brakes, air conditioning, forget about it. Never even came with it as an option. 1973 Ford Pinto Squire wagon. The first car I ever bought was a white Squire wagon. It was 8 years old. It had a 4-speed floor shifter with a tachometer and bucket seats. The suspension was shared with the European Ford Capri. So after a few junkyard raids, I acquired the Capri sway bars and springs, which lowered the car half an inch, and bolted on some stiffer shocks. Also, a set of Capri Rally wheels with wider and lower profile rubber. All the interior needed was a Grant simulated wood steering wheel. All I needed was a pair of leather driving gloves. At 20 years old, I liked sports cars and cheap insurance. I also didn't want to spend every weekend under the hood of an MG or a Fiat. The Pinto was not a bad alternative. And by the way, the station wagons had a different gas tank and were not prone to the rear end collision fires of the hatchback Pintos. Cadillac station wagons. Cadillac has always supplied coach builders with running chassis from the factory. Most of them were turned into airport limousines or funeral hearses. In the 20th century, Cadillac never designed or built a factory station wagon. Now, between 1973 and 1977, Traditional Coach Works Limited and boutique car builder ASC converted full-size Cadillac sedans into station wagons. Elvis, Dean Martin, and comedian Bob Newhart owned one. The first factory-made Cadillac wagon was the 2010 CTS Sport Wagon. The wagon became available in late 2009. The CTS Sports Wagon is available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The Cadillac CTS-V wagon hit the streets in 2011. Powered by a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine, sending 556 horsepower to the rear wheels. Over its 4 years of production, 1,767 CTS-V wagons were built, and only 514 of them had manual transmissions. 1991 Chevrolet Caprice. The Chevrolet Caprice was redesigned in 1991. It was the last traditional body-on-frame Chevrolet sedan. It was also my next station wagon. Mine was built before the 94 models with the Corvette LT1 engine, but for me it was reminiscent of the Pinto Squire wagon I had years before. And I upgraded wheel and tire combinations, installed 9C1 police car suspension pieces, and added a full gauge instrumentation from a Buick Roadmaster. Now, unlike the Pinto, the Caprice didn't have the simulated wood paneling. The Lynx Inventor. Lynx Engineering started by building Jaguar C and D-type replicas in 1973 in a converted barn in Sussex, Great Britain. In 1983, Lynx debuted the Inventor. The British called two-door station wagons shooting brakes. A vehicle conceived to take gentlemen on the hunt with their firearms and dogs. Modern shooting brakes are generally sport coupes or coupes in Britain with a long roof and rear hatch. The Lynx Aventer is just that. Based on a Jaguar XJS coupe, the Aventer was as stylish as the coupe with the added cargo area and a hatch for the rifles and dogs. The Aventer's 295 horsepower V12 gave it power to spare. The Aventer was a rare cat, as only 67 were built in 16 years of production. Prime translates to exceptional. Help make this list a prime experience by subscribing and suggesting a topic. Until next time, happy motoring from the Majors Mobile Detailing Prime 5 list.